Hi there, and welcome to the very first live update draft with the 2024 draft. And I'm joined today by Craig and, of course, Everett, who's wandering about in the sun on his break. How's it going?
Good evening, Johnny. How are you? It looks like we've lost Everett. I'm sure he'll be in and out. How are you?
Well, I'm okay. Apparently, he's on audio, so that's not too bad. We'll get some chat with him. So I'm okay. It's been a bit busy couple of days after coming back from holiday. So yeah, it's good. We've only had 2 timeouts in the first round. Both got Patrick Mahomes. One person was ill, and obviously the other one was Joe, who didn't realise at the start he wasn't getting notifications, and obviously
it's on the clock again. Been on the clock
again.
For 8 hours now.
Well, he did pick last night when he finished work, and I'm guessing he'll pick again tonight when he finishes work. I'm not going to do about that, I suppose.
I don't think you'll get that far, Johnny, because he's only got 5 hours left, and he picked it at 2 in the morning. So,
well, that'll be bang on 2 o'clock then. So, and then there was 2 people that made a cock up and had to repick their picks, which isn't bad out of so many picks so far. But as we're going to start with Everett's one, just in case he does manage to pop back on, because I think he's waiting to hear what you think of his picks. But after that, we'll go to. So, what are you saying?
Before we start, Johnny, let me throw out a wee appeal, if you will, if you can indulge me for 5 minutes or 2 minutes, a plea, if you will. So let me set the scene. Haldane sitting on Sunday night, all excited, waiting on the drafts. He's the big draft starts 9 o'clock Monday morning. He's running through everything. He's given up his first round pick. His first pick's not till 2:04. But he's getting everything ready. He's getting everything planned. He can't sleep Sunday night. He cannot sleep on Sunday night, waiting for the draft to kick off Monday morning. Do you know when he made his first pick?
Tuesday afternoon.
Tuesday. Now, I get everyone has lives. Everyone has lives, and it's a long draft, and you get 12 hours on the clock. I get it. I do. And a long draft is fine. I've got no problem with it. But we're on and off it all the time. I'm never off it. I'm going to get divorced. If this draft takes 3 weeks, which is what mine is on track to take, I'm going to be divorced. Because I'm constantly on it when the draft is running. I plead, please, when everyone knows the draft's running, please check your phone. Now, I know that people are working, people are sleeping, we're all in different countries, we're spread eagled around the world. All I ask is, the first time you go to your phone, when you get on your break, or you go to the toilet, or you do that, it takes 10 seconds just to jump onto Sleeper and see where the draft is at. Just so you know where it's at, and you know when it's coming up to your turn, and it takes 10 seconds to make a pick. I plead with everyone, let's not have a 3-week draft. Let's make it a week's draft. That's perfectly great and fine. I've made 10 plans already for this draft. 10 since it started, because I keep changing my mind, because I keep looking at it. So just throwing it out there, if the draft's running, please check your phone. Please go on to Sleeper and see where it's at. And when your turn's up, please make your pick, and we'll get this thing going. Let's get the teams locked in, and then we can chat until the sun comes home before the season starts, and we can go over everything, and we can all be trading and such. But let's get the drafts done. Thank you.
Sure. Very good.
Now we can start.
Now we can start. So just in case Everett comes back on for a change, we'll actually start with the Western Conference. So we'll start the Happy Valley.
I'm wearing 17 for him, Johnny. I'm wearing 17 for him.
There you go. So here we go. So this is the draft board. Actually, Graham's just
on the clock for Graham. So that's great. And we're through here for nearly 5 rounds. So we're going to be through 5 rounds before the end of tonight, 100%. That's for sure. So that's good. Be ready to pick as well, Everett, because Graham will go pretty soon, I would imagine. So yeah, 5 rounds going here. Well, we kick off with Everett's pick. So Chase first. If you want your first pick, you got to take him there. There's nothing you can do. If you want Jamar Chase in your first pick, you got to take him pick 1. Great pick. He wants Chase. He thinks Chase is a man. It's a great pick. Then this is where it goes. Now, don't get me wrong. Devontae Adams, 17, love him. Mike Evans, done it year in, year out. constantly, always over 1,000 yards, always there, always gets the guards. But both are aging now, and I both could have great seasons. But the chances they're both 30s in their 30s now, I believe. The chances are one of them's going to fall off. So to roll with both in the second and third round, that's a swing for me. That's a swing. You know, I like both players. I just wouldn't want both in my team. Is my point. Love Walker. I love that pick. What's that? 1, 2, 3,
4, 12.
13th running back, Walker. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think you've been listening to Pez a bit too much, so what to say. And then,
Joe Burrow.
I get that you're stacking Chase. I really do. I get that it's a Chase stack, but yeah, that's very early for a non-running quarterback for me. Very, very early, both off the park. So yeah, I mean, it's a great start. It's a good team. I just fear for Adams and Evans, and I think that in the second and third rounds, you know, Ayuk's gone through, Waddle's gone later, you know, Devontae Smith, Debo, Neighbours, a little bit of youth there as well, you know, but it might work. If Adams and Evans play like they've played all their careers, then it's a great team and it's a great start.
Yeah, it is a good. Like I do like the Evans because Evans still has Baker Mayfield. Adams, as good a player as he is, he had a lot of games last year where he didn't get anything because the quarterbacks are shit. Burrow's looking healthy. I'm not too sure on the haircut, but Evans is still doing well. He's still going to have Baker Mayfield. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to remember the Bucks had an easy schedule last year, an easy schedule last year. They have a much harder schedule this year because they won the division. They have a much harder schedule this year, and I think that's going to play a big part for Evans as well. And I think that's a bit of the reason why he didn't fall off last year because Baker Mayfield's not very good for me. I can't get on board with him at all.
No, but yeah. And what about Dylan then? You got a nice P. McCaffrey in the 1.2 after Everett taking Chase. Then you finished up with Josh Allen in 2.11, Jalen Waddle 3.2, DeAndre Smith.
I love that.
11, and Zay Flowers.
I love that. I think that's picking number 2. He's having pace issues. Don't worry about it, Everett. We've destroyed your team already. Yeah, I love that. I love getting McCaffrey in round 1. Josh Allen went first in mine. You know, we'll see that when it comes up. So to get him at 211, wow. So yeah,
he goes a lot later than one of the other ones. So we'll get to that.
And you know that I'm not a fan of taking quarterbacks this early, but if Josh Allen's sitting at 211, even I might have swung at that point, you know. So yeah, love that team going on there. Yeah, and then you know, Lamb's been going very early. Lamb's been a lot. I'm not on board with Lamb this year. What about you, Johnny? Are you liking Lamb this year?
He's a cowboy, of course not. I don't know. I mean,
for me,
you've got to rely on Dak. And obviously Ferguson gets his targets too. There's not much else to throw at, to be honest. I mean, you've got fucking Zeke the geriatric in the backfield as well. Like, so I just
for me, they're going to need to get that contract sorted out. You know, if he holds out at all, or the contract's still up, player, you know, history shows that yeah, I would have Jacobs would have been a good one as well. Didn't quite make it. Yeah, that's unlucky. He didn't. But Walker's absolutely fine. Walker will do very well this year. But yeah, no, with Lamb, history shows that when there's been a bit of a holdout, you know, and they don't come into the season ready to go. Maybe the second half of the season they're fine, but early doors certainly, you know, they're just not the same player. So that worries me for Lamb this year, and it's why I'm not up for picking him this early. You'll see I took Jefferson 104. Lamb is already gone, I think, but I wouldn't have taken Lamb. I would have if he was there. Etienne, yeah, perfect. Ayuk, good in the third round. Jacobs, I think, in the fourth round is absolutely wonderful. And T. Higgins, well, he's on. He's playing for contract, isn't he? So
yeah,
good team there as well.
Then you've got Alan from Alan Sim with Tyreek Hill,
Alan.
Harrison in the second round, who seems to be going a lot of places in the second round. Rashad White, DJ Moore, and Ulukon. I can't pronounce the first one. So
talk to me about Harrison, Johnny. Talk to me about Harrison, because talk to me about Harrison here. I mean, are you down with him being like a kind of top 10 wide receiver in the draft in his rookie year?
No.
Are you?
No.
Do you agree with that? Do you?
No, I don't really. I can't believe he's gone so high because, fair enough, Ken, he is a cracking receiver and he will be great. But there's so many other receivers that are after him that will do well. You know, you've got Deebo Samuel in the 312. And you don't know what
honestly,
Kyler Murray is going to be like because he likes to run as much as he throws when you're scrambling for his life.
So I mean, he can throw as well. Don't get me wrong. I love Harrison as a player. I think he's brilliant. But a top 10 wide receiver, is he going to be a top 10 wide receiver in his rookie year? In fact, I mean, you're talking about 1,500 yards and 12, 14 touchdowns. Is he going to get that in year one?
I reckon he might. They're going to try and get him that, I think, but whether he gets it, that's a different matter.
Yeah, I mean, it's not for me. It's not for me at all. White, yeah, I mean, White's going to be a bell cow, absolute pick him up. Moore will be a top target for Caleb Williams.
So he just got paid as well.
Linebacker in the 5th round, next.
Well, Lukon, he does score good points every week, so he has a good one to have.
Like he does, but you would have got 8th round. You'd have got him a lot later than that, you know, is the
not
thing.
in some of them you'll see, but then we'll go on to team.
He's always going to be the first defender off the board.
We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so not a fan of it.
I like the Lukon in the 5th, but so that's been the first 4 teams in that draft have not picked a tight end in the first 5 rounds.
I love getting Cup in the 5th round. I think Cup's going to bounce this year. I think he's going to bounce back this year. I think he'll have a year. Going in the 5th round, I think he's great value. And he's getting drafted at his floor, you know. That's his floor.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'd be drafting Cup before I drafted Harrison. I'm not going to lie. You know, it's... I really would. Yeah. It's... Gizmo, come on. The wife just came in and the dogs went nuts. I apologise. Yeah, so team trade frenzies went very receiver heavy. I love Jefferson, as you'll see. I've picked him up. Neighbours, again, I get it, but it's just gone way too early for me. Way too early this year. He's not going to get 1,000 yards and 12 touchdowns. He's just not.
No, that.
And that's what you're looking for from a 3rd round pick, you know?
Yeah. You've got Stefan Diggs in the
well, Diggs, and I love Cup. But where are you on Diggs?
I don't know. I actually prefer Tank Dale over Diggs, to be honest. And obviously,
yeah, me too.
I prefer
Nico Collins, and I prefer Nico Collins too. And Tank Dale. Diggs for me is the 3rd.
Yeah, it's just the 3rd.
But I don't see anything but decline for Diggs from here on in, you know. But you know, he's shown that he can do it, and he's got a quarterback, a good quarterback there. So it could be great. And you know, I get drafting him in the 4th round. You know, that is low down for Stefan Diggs. But yeah, I'm not on board this year.
No, I think you've also got Dalton Schultz who gets the catches too. So I just don't see.
Yeah, you've got Schultz there as well.
And he will get his
target. And it's Mixon they've signed, isn't it? They've picked Mixon up, haven't they?
Yeah, we've got Joe Mixon. So yeah, they've got a good running back who can also catch the ball. That's another target. I just the way Diggs finished last year, I can't see it. But we could be wrong. We're not experts.
They'll all have weeks is the thing. They'll all have good weeks, but they'll all have bad weeks because there's too many of them.
Yeah, that's the when you want to pick up all 3 in a best ball because one of them's going to have a good week.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's it. And then Aaron's in this. Here comes my Aaron. What's he done? He's not told me either. Bearing in mind, this is the first time I've seen any of these. I've not got access to any but my own, so I've not seen any of these. So what's Aaron done?
I will share him eventually, but I thought I'd keep you in the dark to start.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll not go into all the drafts, you know, that's absolutely fine. But yeah, I don't mind what Aaron's done. Kyle Pitts is a wee bit funky, but I like what he's done the rest. He's got Pacheco there, 307.
That's a good one.
Did I say it or not? I'm hoping he gets to 307 in mine as well, because if it does, he's mine. So that might be mirrored.
Well,
So yeah, Aaron's doing okay
Joe will
there.
be watching it here, all right. So
You know what the
yeah,
thing
we
is?
forgot
Every
about.
team's going to look all right now. See, through 5 rounds, every team's going to look pretty good. Do you know what I mean? Because they're only 5 rounds in. It's all superstars that are getting picked up right now. Everyone's going to look really good. You know, I love that Gatch has picked up the Hurts Brown stack. You'll see that that's done in mine as well. And yeah, the Stroud Collins stack there for Tony as well. Tony's the defending champion, isn't he?
Well, he won the Rousey Cup.
He won the Rousey Cup, yeah. So that's good start
also,
there.
He also won the
Wilson.
And yeah, he also won the Orkney Charity Bowl last year.
Yeah. He won the Charity Bowl as well. Yeah, so good start. I like the Collins Stroud stack.
Yeah,
Mahomes
I did
in the
message
first
him
round.
about that, so, and it wasn't.
Or did they time out?
No. This was an actual pick. He actually.
Oh, that was an actual pick, was it?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It was only
good pick, but fair enough.
But yeah.
Barkley's a worry for me this year as well. I mean, I like him, and I keep changing my mind on Barkley, to be honest with you. Sometimes I think he's going to be absolutely outstanding, and other times I think that he's going to regress a bit. And you know, they've got a lot more weapons, and Hurts runs a lot, and yeah, it's and then I've got Andrews is one of those ones as well. Kincaid going right before it. That was maybe shoot, the tight ends are going. Should have he should be the number one target there, although I do love Flowers this year, but I do think Andrews is still a big target. So in the extra half point, no problem. Good pick there, you know. And Graham's great. I love Graham. See from that position, see from the back end of the draft, I love the Gibbs Williams start. I really do. I think that's a fantastic start. And and then
you know how I feel about Gibbs. So.
Yeah, I think Gibbs will be outstanding this year. I wouldn't be surprised if Gibbs is the top scoring running back this year. I really wouldn't. I think you'll see a lot of the ball. You know, I don't think Montgomery will be as involved this year if Gibbs stays fit.
No, I think Graham's got a good start. I don't know who. It'd be nice if he'd picked while we were on live to see who picks next. But
that doesn't look like it's going to happen. No, he's not been on for that. We finished tennis at 5:30, so I don't know what he's doing now. But I thought he would have been on, but obviously not.
No, well, he's only been on the clock for
so
half
yeah,
an hour,
that's through five rounds. So that one's going along very well. That one's going along at a decent, 5 rounds is fine.
So who's your favourite?
3
team
days
so far after 5 rounds. Well, it won't be Everett, not with the old age pensioners.
It's one of those funky ones, where I love Dylan's team, McCaffrey, Allen, Waddle, Swift, Flowers. Absolutely love that. But it's picking from seconds, you know what I mean? And when Allen gets to 211, then it's he's almost an auto pick. So yeah, I think that's a great start, and I'm liking how that team's going right now. But from positional wise, I think Graham's done great. I love the Gibbs Williams, and then he's picked up Kincaid. He's going to be the top target in Buffalo this year. And Debo with Ayuk all over the place, what's happening, what's not.
Not even that.
Debo's got his contract, he's fine. So yeah, I think from positional wise, I think Graham's done the best here. But I love that Dillon team. So I love the team in second tier with McCaffrey, Allen, Waddle, Swift, and Flowers.
Good stuff. So we'll go on to wherever. Mayeshow. So who's in this one?
Let's see how this one's going. So where are we at here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we're halfway through the 6th in here, so we've got a wee bit of movement going on here. McCaffrey
Kyle Pitts is just picked. Yeah, McCaffrey was out first and 6 of the drafts, I think it was, out of the 8.
6 or 8 was it, and then it was Chase and Allen with the other two.
I think it was something like that. Yeah, maybe
I mean,
5, but yeah, I think it was 6.
If I had the 101, I'd have taken McCaffrey 100%. If I had the 101, I would have taken Christian McCaffrey. He's due an injury, though, is he not? Is he not due an injury? I mean, those injuries that he had in Carolina, and then he's had a run of nothing, It's I hope he doesn't. I've got him in some dynasties. I hope he doesn't, and I love him as a player, But if I had the 101, I would be sitting with McCaffrey saying, "Please don't get injured. Please don't get injured. Please don't get injured."
I am saying that, yes.
Yeah, that's it. It's a good start, that Everett, isn't it? Because Kelsey 212, absolutely no issue with that whatsoever. Kelsey's the man, and Lamar at 301. I'm not one for taking Lamar quarterbacks this early, but it's
You got Debo in the
there's a lot of
501.
points to be had there.
Yes.
There are a lot of points to be had there, and with those first 3 picks as the season goes. But what else we got? Allen's went 105 here. I mean, I think Allen will go in the first round in most. Laporta going in the first round's McGonigal. That's a big one. But that's the big thing here, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. The thing is, though, Ken, it's 112, 201. There's not really much of a difference because you pick them right after each other. Ken could easily be in the 2-1, so you can.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a.
I get that.
There has been a lot of running backs, so
there
have been a lot of running backs.
There have been a lot of running backs away here. It's you get Cup going there in 203 as well. Del Boy's obviously, what I was saying in the last one, but yeah, no, I don't mind that. I don't hate that because he would have probably get back to 310 to be fair, but I don't hate it because, as I say, I think Cup will bounce this year. I really do. And as I say, I like him going before Harrison, but Harrison getting to the 2-9 there, that's going to be later than most leagues, I would think.
I think that is one of the latest ones so far. Yeah.
Look at all the linebackers going.
I know they're all going for the big points. That's what I said. That was the 5 in the last one. There's got 2, 4, 6 before we get to the end of the 5th round.
I mean, I get that they're important players, and they are important players, and they score a lot of points. You've got to get them in, but yeah, I mean, I guess it's when you feel comfortable going. It's one of those ones. If you want the proper big boys, I guess you have to go this early.
Yeah. Well, so Dave Henry's got Amarason, Brown, Hurts, Mixon. Then they've gone for a Lucan and Okereke, who basically never leave the field. And they do get plenty of tackles.
Yeah,
so it's a good one, but
my problem with it is that there are a lot of linebackers that score a lot of points. I don't think there's enough of a gap between the real top ones and the kind of middle of the road ones. They're going to score you points. They're not going to, they're not going to win you. They're not going to win you the OrkneyBowl, because the other team's going to have linebackers that are scoring points as well.
There is a gap from about 4 that will consistently score you points. Because some of them will get you 15 points. They'll consistently get you 20, 25 points, which is probably more than what the odd receiver might get you unless you get one of the top ones. So.
Yeah, I get that, but I mean, every team, with 12 teams in the league, every team's going to have linebackers that are scoring decent points, or should have anyway. Yes, some are going to have off games, but in general, you're going to get kind of the 8, 10, 12 points, from them. If you've got, like, for example, Laporta or Kelsey at tight end, and you're playing against I don't know, Freiermuth, that could win you the game. That could win you the tie. I don't see.
Actually, funny you should mention that. There is somewhere in the draft where somebody has started off Laporta and Kelsey in the draft.
Really? Do you know what? You can play them in the. You can play your tight end and the flex. So I've got and they get an extra half point. I don't have as big an issue with that as I have 2 linebackers going in the 4th and 5th. But
in the 1st and 2nd round,
it's. I mean, it's true. Those 2 linebackers are going to score them a lot of points all through the season, So
It's a
and
good
they'll
run, but
be
it's the tight
apart
end
from
run's pretty
bye
good
week,
in the
you
6th
know.
round. So yeah, that's it.
What else
It's
have
all
we
about
got
bye
in
week,
here?
but
What else have so who have we got? I mean, again, you know, the running back start. You know, that's how I always used to start my drafts. Running back. It's my normal way, and I've started wide receiver, tight end, and this one, which freaks me out a little bit. But I do like a running back start, and I've got to say, Hall and Etienne, I really like. I mean, I really like Robinson and Taylor as well. Taylor's going a bit under the radar this year, is he not?
well, I was talking about this with Everett before we lost him. That I do like Taylor, but Richardson does like to run the ball, so that'll take carries off Taylor. And how good is the defensive line? Because he got bugger all when he was playing last year. Because he spent all that money last year and they weren't good.
No, they weren't.
The same with Richardson, the 502. I have picked a quarterback in one of my 2 picks later on that I've had, and I was going to go Richardson, but he's too much of an injury risk.
I mean, I'm heavy on him. I'm heavy on him in Dynasty. You know, I've got him in like 5 of my Dynasty leagues or something like that. It's ridiculous how much I've got him. So I'm hoping that the injuries don't come. But it's a massive worry, Johnny. I agree. It's a massive worry.
Cool. Thank you, W. And regarding Matthew, if you just give him my details and I can add him to the waiting list. I think we have a queue of about 3 or 4 players in case somebody pulls it. So hopefully nobody does. You never know, might get enough to get another one. But yeah, so yeah. Thank you for watching, Matthew. And hope you subscribe and carry on. We're up to 102 subscriptions, by the way. So here we go. Not everybody from the
102 subscriptions, 96 team leagues, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, but not everybody from the OrkneyBowl is subscribed. So it's a bit crap.
Anyone pulls out and there will be... Anyone pulls out, the spaces will open up, you know, and we'll let that be known. But yeah, I mean, there's two teams have got 2 tight ends here.
Yeah. I like McGonagall, actually. Ingram.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
I nearly took Ingram with the pick, but then I went for a wide receiver instead because Ingram, well, he was awful with the Giants. He couldn't catch a fucking cold. But
he's been really
with the
Jaguars.
I know he was great last year, and he got another year's contract, I think. So obviously he's playing year for year, basically. So.
And he was kind of under the radar last year, though, is the thing, you know. So I think he's going to go a lot later than that in a lot of drafts, you know. What's that? He's went here 604. But yeah, he could be a sneaky one that comes up and I mean, he could be tight end 1 this year. There is the possibility.
Good.
You know,
was he tight end 2 last year or tight end 3? He was pretty high up in the tight end.
He was right up there. He was sneakily up there, you know. And I had him show me the money, and I didn't realise he was scoring that well.
No PPR in that one, though. So
yeah, Kittle. I mean, for me, there's just too many targets in San Francisco for Kittle. And I think Kittle's a great tight end. I really do. But he's a great blocker, and they use him for doing that a lot. They run the ball a lot. They use him for that. He'll have his games. He will have his games, but he'll have too many quiet games for me to be drafting him in the 6th round.
Yeah, it's a fun player to watch.
Pitts is the same. You know, I think Pitts will be much better this year. I think he will do better this year than he done last year. But I fear that he's just not, you know, you've got London there, you know, Mooney's came in, Robinson's going to demand a lot of the ball. I don't see, I think he'll be better than last year, but I'm not sure he's going to be the bust out, you know.
Well, that's it. He's busted so many teams in the past, apart from his rookie year. So it's a hard one to trust.
I agree with what Everett said there. You know, Kittle's great for best ball, but yeah, he's too much of a risk for me to play him week in, week out. And if you're drafting him in the 6th round, you're playing him week in, week out.
So, who's your favourite team?
Round, you know.
Who's your favourite team so far in this one?
Again, we've got to see. Oh no, it's Hudson St. Brown. I thought that was Hudson Brown stack again there. What's my favourite one here? So what have we got? A lot of running backs for Ramsdad. Oh, well, it's a mere fight. It's a mere fight. Oof, that's again. He's going to be a bell as it stands. He's going to be a bell cow. I know Matson's there, but what's that line going to be like?
Yeah, precisely.
What's my favourite here? I think Murphy's going to do really well as well. I like that pick, but
yeah,
it
but
does seem a bit
I
early
do like
to me.
Hollywood Brown as well, though. Again, he will get the targets too. So, and Kelsey.
If Super Gibbs didn't take Edwards, I'd be tempted to go there because Bartley, Pacheco's good running backs, and I think DK is going to be DK again this year. You know, I think he's going to be the man. I have to take Greaves here. I think I know that I'm on the fence with Lamb, but he is a superstar. I love Williams. I love Olave. I love Collins, and I think Richardson could be an absolute cheat code if he doesn't get injured.
Well, I'll like to pick one in this because I did pick one in the last one, but if it wasn't for the 5-10 pick for Derek, that would be my favourite team. Then you've got Gibbs, Cup, Evans, Walker, and Cooper. I'm just not overly keen on Warner as a 5-10.
I do like that start, to be honest with you. I mean, I know I'm not entirely high on Mike Evans, but Cooper's going to do well this year. I think Cooper will have a great year again. I love Cup, albeit very early. But yeah, no, that's a good start. Again, it's difficult at this point, as I say, because it's all the superstars that are getting picked, you know. So everyone kind of looks decent. But I'll take Grieve for now.
Oh yeah, I never noticed Wales actually. Jefferson, AJ Brown, Henry, Waddle, Moore, well, Pitts.
It's Pitts that put me off there, and Moore to an extent, because there's too many targets there now.
And to be honest, you don't know how well Caleb Williams is going to play.
Exactly.
Because it's a rookie. I mean, he could be a Bryce Young, but he could be
rookie quarterbacks as well. They can look good and they can have good games and they can look decent in the games and not be good for fantasy as well. You know, and I fear that might be Caleb Williams this year. I think he's fantasy. He'll look good on the pitch and he'll win them some games. But I think he'll be low scoring games, and I'm not sure just what his fantasy is going to be all about.
Yeah.
Right, so we get into Division 3 now.
We're on Marwick Head, who are on round 7. Just to wind you up a bit.
This is Division 3, so this is the kind of we've looked at the top 2 divisions. So they're the top 2, the ones that should be going well because we know they done well last year. You know, now we're kind of falling down into the chasers, shall we say, the ones looking to be promoted this year. Let's see who's been studying.
Yeah,
through 7 rounds, a lot through 7 rounds. Yeah, that's nearly through 7 rounds. That fairly motoring along.
Kelly picked Parsons in the 4.02. I wonder if that was the first defensive player picked earliest. I'm not sure. I'd have to double check that one. So that's pretty early. I do quite like 402.
Not only is it early, I mean, it's pork as well, so I can really go for it. Not only is it early, look at the scoring. Parsons doesn't score that. He has games, but he has so many quiet games as well because the top offensive linemen are, you know, they watch him like a hawk. It's, you know, I mean, he's the biggest name for sure. He's one of the best players. But that doesn't always translate into fantasy points, you know. It's
check the 405, Craig. Craig, check the 405.
The 405. Jeez, that's what I'm talking about. This has been drafted properly. The first quarterback going 404. That's where the first quarterback should be going. It really is.
And that's a pretty good. That is a good team, actually. I do like that, even though he has a Giants player in there. And Jonathan Brooks, you don't know if he's going to play. That's the problem, or when he's going to play. So you might be worth picking up Hubbard later on just to cover him and put on the IR.
I absolutely love getting Josh Allen in the 4th round. That's fantastic. It's no way he's letting him go by there. But Barkley in the 1st. You know, Waddle in the 3rd, Neighbours, who again, I get it is later, but you know, it's his rookie year. A defender and then a rookie running back who's injured.
Yeah, that's a bit. You don't like say if he gets fit and play, he's going to be a great running back. But you've got Hubbard.
The 7th round, you're still picking your first team. In the 7th round, you're still picking your starting lineup, so you got to pick your starting players. Surely, to goodness, you want your starting players. You want to pick your starting players in the first. How many players do we start? 10, 12 rounds. Surely. Apart from the defence, obviously. So, I mean, Brooks is banked for later, you know. And don't get me wrong, if Boyd's in it, coming into the play, you know, coming into the back end of the season, and Brooks could carry him to the title, you know, Brooks could carry him to promotion.
Yeah, nobody often say that about Panthers players, but yeah.
I mean, he could though, but the question is, who's going to get who's going to be coming in to get him there? You know, that's a big question. But yeah, so I'm not a fan of Brooks in the 7th round. I'm not a fan of Brooks in the 14th round, to be honest with you.
I would pick him in the 14th.
Always be in the 4th as well. I mean, he's a defensive lineman.
Yeah, he doesn't get that. He's good for the sacks, but not the tackles. And the tackles is where you get the points. So
Kyler Murray in the 7th. Kyler Murray going in the 7th here, that freaks me out a little bit. I want Kyler Murray in mine, but I want him in the 10th.
I do think he might be the only one that's actually drafted Kyler Murray so far, but I'm not 100% sure. It's hard to keep up with all the picks, but
Kyler Murray's huge for me this year. I honestly, look what he done at the bit when he came back in last year. He came back. They waited till he was properly fit. He came in. What did they go 3-4 with Murray at 3-4 after like 1 win the first 11 games? They went 3-4 with Murray back at quarterback, and that was with 0 targets. He had no one to throw to. Hollywood was broken. You know that's at McBride. He had McBride, and that's how you know. But now he's got Harrison in there too. They've added Zay Jones, and Zay Jones is a decent wide receiver, you know. So yeah, I'm huge on Kyler Murray this year. I think he's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, they're a bit of a mixed team because there's so many defenders getting picked. But
he's a runner as well.
Yeah, boy,
is Solomon, is he making a pattern, is he? You know, 1 for 1. Wide receiver, running back, wide receiver, running back. But I love what he's doing. Diggs aside, I love that. Jefferson, I took him in mine. Kelsey, I've taken him in mine. White, absolute bell cow. Kamara, I'm sorry, Pork, but
no, I do like Kamara.
It's a dead duck. So Kamara is going to be the man again this season. Kendrick Miller is obviously an absolute bust. So Kamara is the man there. And Zay Flowers I really like. And Aaron Jones is going to do fine in Minnesota. Minnesota run the ball well. Yeah. You know, when they had Dalvin Cook there, they ran the ball so well. And Jones is better than Cook.
Yeah. Well, it would have been nice if they'd picked Cup instead of Diggs. That would be by far the best team in that draft so far.
Yeah, I agree. Cup instead of Diggs, and I would really, really, really like that one. I mean, I said, you know, through 7, they're all going to be pretty close and tight, you know. Oh, there's our Grote. What's Grote doing? St. Brown, Etienne, McBride, Stroud, Stevenson.
Yeah, he picked Stevenson. I was a bit surprised, but
yeah, I don't think Stevenson's going to be the bell cow there as well, you know. I know.
Yeah, no, but it's New England and they're push.
Yeah, but they've got to turn it around. You know, someone's got to score. They're going to score points, you know, and they'll get nobody else.
Oh, that's true. You got to like the time.
Yeah, I don't hate picking Stevenson up in the 5th. I really don't. I think that's fine. I'm not sure who I would take and who's went behind him as well. I would have in front of him, to be honest with you. Maybe
there's a question for you here, Craig.
I know it's. Yeah, I think he'll be much better than last year. He was a rookie last year as well. He's learned a lot. You know, he's not. Jackson obviously likes him. He got better and better as the year went on last year, and yeah, I think he's going to carry that on. You know, Andrews is getting older now as well. You know, so he's not going to be as real. I don't think he's going to be as reliable. So yeah, I think that Lamar will be leaning heavily on Flowers this year. Have they even got who else have they got there at wide receiver? I don't think I can name you one.
Oh, Bateman, Aguilar.
Oh, Bateman, yeah, of
Dubernay
course.
still there? No,
The
Dubernay went to the Jags.
oh, did he?
I think Dubernay
Yeah, I
went
mean, yeah,
somewhere
I
else.
love Zay Flowers.
Uh,
I think Zay Flowers is going to have a big year this year. I think he's going to be good because the Ravens are going to be good. You know they are. The line's going to be good. And honestly, don't. Bateman's been the bane of my life for years. Bought him. I've bought in every single year. I've had a piece of Bateman, and he's every single
well,
year
you
I've thought,
got
this is the year. This is the year.
Isaiah Likely, who might actually get more targets now, and I'm pretty sure Nelson Aguilar is here now, but I could be wrong. I don't look that
Oh,
deeply
I
into the
think you're right. I
Baltimore.
think you're no. I think you're right. I think you're right. Aguilar is there. Aguilar is there. Likely's a
Grapevine
tight
seems.
end. I'm sorry, but he's a tight end. You don't Likely is Andrews or it's Andrews or Likely. It's not. It's not Likely or Flowers. You know, it's Flowers or the tight end, whatever one is on the field. They're not going to play double sets with Andrews and Likely and have both of them catching. You know, it's going to if they're both on the pitch, one of them's going to be blocking.
I'd have to look now and see who's on that team.
For me, but yeah. It's this one is very close. I'm not. None of them are jumping
Oh
out
yeah, they
at
got.
me as.
I knew they had a rookie, Devontae Walker, who's meant to be quite good actually.
Oh
So he
yeah,
might
yeah,
enter
yeah.
number
I've
two.
picked him up in a few rookie drafts, but yeah, again,
Do
he's a rookie and he went relatively
you,
later on. Flowers is the man.
do you want to see the rest of them?
Flowers
They've
is the
got
man.
Sean Ryan, Deontay Harty. Did he play for New England or something like that? I can't remember. Was it the Bills? Tylan Wallace, Malik Cunningham, Dayton Wade, Keith Kirkwood, Isaiah Washington.
So there you go.
But Lamar would be running like fuck. If they throw it to Derek Henry and let him run. But yeah, so obviously Grote's yeah.
You think Grote's been to Mars for the last 6 months and he's not seen the news on Rice?
I do wonder. I mean, but yeah, you never know.
The guy could be in jail by Christmas, much like rather than a football field, you know. But hey ho, each to their own. I mean, don't get me wrong. If he gets a 4-game ban and a 6-game ban, then it's a great pick up in the 7th round. But
then obviously you've now got Xavier Worthy, Oliver Brown, Travis Kelce. You've got the new rookie tight end as well. Gray, who's meant to be like a bit like
yeah, he's
Wiley.
going to be he's for the future. He's for the future. He's to be you know when Kelsey's finished.
And you got Pacheco as well.
What is it? Are any of these ones jumping out at you, Johnny? I can pick
Solomon's jumping out apart from Diggs.
Yeah,
103.
I
do like John Boy getting McCaffrey and Jacobs, Olave, Metcalf, Ingram. Najee Harris is a bit of a, but then obviously they're running.
Yeah, I mean at this stage, I think it's a lot. At this stage, I think it's a lot easier in the first round as a first pick. Later on, not so much, but well, you'll get suspended. Rice can't not get suspended ever. Absolutely not. Not after what he's done. I mean, he literally was racing at 100 mile an hour or something like that, was he not? And crashed. He has to be suspended.
Then drove
no
off.
Way he doesn't get.
The question is how long.
The question isn't it?
What happened to Kamara? Remember, he was on video beating the shit out of the boy, and he's still not been done for it. So yeah.
No, he did. Kamara got weeks last year. He got 6 weeks.
Did he? No, he never.
Yeah, he got 6 weeks last year. He missed.
Oh yeah, because what's his name was in. Port Valley's favourite man was in and did fuck all.
Exactly.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
But yeah, no, Kamara got his. There's no way Rice can't not be suspended. Absolutely not.
What about Tyreek Hill? Because he's not keeping getting done for beating up women. Yeah, he never seems to get suspended or get any.
No, I think he got done once for beating up the women, but he done it real bad, and he did get suspended for it, but it was a long time ago now. I don't hate what the 12. I don't hate what
the London
Kamara
Eagles
did get suspended, did he not?
Yeah, but it was a year later.
Yeah, it was
Remember, a year later. Nobody drafted him when it first happened, but then he got suspended last year, so it was a year after the incident. There's a probably good choice that Rice might get suspended next year. He knows how the NFL works.
And
So.
if so, then it's a good pick in the 7th round. But I just can't see how he doesn't get suspended. I mean, he's in court. He's going to get done for it. But I like what the 12th pick's doing here. You know, Brown, Pacheco. I love Pacheco and Connor at running back. I think that's a good running back pair. And Terry McLaughlin, I guess he all depends on what Daniels is like, isn't it? It's a risk. It's a risky one. But I love Terry McLaughlin. I think he's a very good receiver and very underrated. So I like that team at the moment.
Yeah, Terry McLaurin's pretty good actually. And James Conner is good, but obviously he's a bit fragile as well. But he will catch it.
Well, yeah, he's never played a full season, but you know, if you can get with Murray back, and I think the line should be a little bit better this year. With Murray back taking a little bit more of the kind of run, you know, he'll be running a bit as well. So they brought in, who was it? Corum they brought in?
No, Trey
No,
Benson.
that's LA. Oh, they got Benson. Yeah, they picked up Benson as well. So I think Benson will take some touches off him, which will actually help Connor because it might help keep him on the field. It'll keep him fit, hopefully.
Well, I think when when Murray was fit the year before, was that when Connor had a great year because Murray was dropping the ball off to him all the time and he was getting all the catches and getting all the touchdowns. So yeah, I do like the Connor.
His first year after Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and he was good before he got when he first came into Pittsburgh. I liked him as well, but obviously I preferred Bell. But we don't know what happened with that fucking idiot.
Yeah.
But that's an old story. That one for the old timers, the ones that are new to the fantasy, don't understand that one. So yeah, so I would go for Solomon, closely followed by Spinjo. That's my two favorite.
Yeah, I mean, I like what Reynolds is doing at the moment as well. If you take out the 6th round pick,
yeah,
I like that. I like Williams. I like Cook. I get, you know, these are all superstars that we're looking at, though. You know, but I do like where he's going with that as well.
But then obviously you've got the Guildford Raptors as well. Jamar Chase, Pittman, Smith, Swift, Pitts is I think, and then you've got Jalen Warren. This is actually going to be a really tough division. This is going to be
would have been delighted to get Chase at 107.
Bloody right. But I think he went later than some of them actually. But we'll get to that one. But yeah, we'll get Amon Brown at 109. If he was available in 107 in my division, I was going to take him, but he wasn't. Because somebody else who traded. Yes, somebody else who traded up in that division picked him before me.
Yeah.
So we'll get to that one. So then you'll find out who I picked in a couple of rounds, and you're probably going to laugh, but I don't give a shit. But the only people in my division and Everett know who I picked in the first round. So I'm just waiting for you to get the reaction when it comes round. So we'll get to that one in a bit. But we'll go to the Dwarfy Stain, Division 4 in the West Conference.
Division 4.
Yeah, this one's been held up a couple of
times.
So
here you go. We are sitting at 311 here, so this one's obviously been a little bit of a slow burner so far. Hopefully,
this one is also in a couple of different time zones as well, which doesn't really help.
Oh yeah, the time zones is a big thing as well. It's obviously it is, and I get that. You know, the time zones is a huge thing, but check your phone. Check your phone.
Yeah, you've got
everyone's on the phone all the time now. Check your phone.
The first pick's in America. I'm pretty sure the 11th pick is maybe
Allen and McCaffrey in the same team. That's just that's great. You know, it's but Allen and McCaffrey in the same team is almost cheating if you ask me. Do you know what I mean?
And you got Adams gone with Brown, McBride, and Andrews in the 105.
Sean, what are you doing to me? Sean started so well, Flembots, Holland Gibbs, what a fantastic start. And then he went and picked up Mahomes in the third.
I know that was
not a bad pick. It's just well early.
I know, but I would probably have picked Jackson over Mahomes just for the running side if I was going to pick a quarterback.
100%.
Because Mahomes.
Listen, I'll have Richardson over Mahomes. I'll have Richardson before Mahomes this year. I'll have. I'd have Richardson before Mahomes this year.
Yeah. But yeah, so
Allen and McCaffrey, Allen and McCaffrey's cheat code. 2 tight ends, White here, Laporta and Kels.
Yeah, Michael got Chase at the 104, Kieran Williams and Pacheco in the 3.4. That's a nice little start too.
I've got to say, I like what Jack's done here. And with Laporta and Kelsey 1 and 2,
Yeah.
I'm interested
Then
to see where
Jackson.
that one goes now. And Jackson is a running. I mean, he literally doesn't have a running back, doesn't have a wide receiver, and he's going into round 4. I'm very interested to see, and I like to see people doing it differently, to see how it comes out. Very interested to see how this one comes out with no running back or wide receiver in the first 3 rounds.
And obviously, Chris in the 112 started off with Puka Nakua and Nico Collins, which isn't a bad 2 to start. But you've got Harrison 206 in this one.
I think cannot see how.
Better.
So they are. I can't see how Puka does what he done last year. And don't get me wrong, I don't think he's going to be awful. I don't think he's going to be terrible or anything like that. I just cannot see how he's going to repeat last year. And as I agree with you, Johnny, I think Cup's going to come back and take over as number 1 again. So yeah, Puka in the first round, not for me.
No, yeah.
So,
but no,
I actually like what Michael's done here. What Michael's done here, he's picked up Chase at 104, which is, if you want him, you got to take him early. I love Kieran Williams, and getting him at 209 is I know that he's much further down the list in sleeper than in this and the way that the players are listed, he's way down, but he shouldn't be. Yeah. And then Pacheco in the third round. So yeah, I don't hate what Michael's done.
Oh, Scott started off with CeeDee Lamb, Travis Etienne, and A-Chain. Obviously, A-Chain have his big games, but for the most part, yeah.
A-Chain is that one again, isn't he?
Kincaid.
A-Chain for me, he's got so much speed. If he can stay fit, he's a Richardson. If A-Chain can stay fit, he could win him the league. He could certainly get him promoted.
Yeah, well, Lamb. If Lamb plays like last year, A-Chain stays fit. He's got the base of a bloody strong team.
Massive.
But staying healthy is a problem. And obviously, they've got Jalen Wright they've signed as well. He's another fast little bugger. And obviously, Mostert, who's defying age by still playing hard and strong. So that Miami backfield was a bit. So it's a tough one.
Well, I mean, there's too many of them now, isn't it? Who you going to give it to? But I do, as I say, I think if A-Chain stays fit, he's going to get a lot.
Yeah, there's a message for you, Craig.
Enjoy the rest of your work, Everett. Cheers.
He's only got an hour to go, so it's not too bad. At this rate, it might still be on anyway. But yeah, we'll certainly get you on again, Everett. So.
Ads is doing the same as Jack here in the sense that he's got one wide receiver. He's got same down there, but yeah, McBride and Andrews. Interesting to see where it goes. As I say, I've got no problem with taking 2 of the premium tight ends. Not only because you can play them in your flex, you get an extra half point per catch and such. Not only because you can play the 2 of them, but because you're taking them off of other people, and there are only so many tight ends who really do score week on week on week on week. So grabbing up 2 of them and keeping them away from other people, it could be a winning strategy. I'm interested to see.
Well, obviously you can, because there's 3 flex spots. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, and you play them in the flex. Yeah, so I mean, you can
2
play
flex
them.
spots. Yeah.
You can absolutely play them both, but it's leaving the dregs for your opponents, which I don't hate. Because after I think there's maybe like 12 tight ends, and then after that, it's all much of a muchness. Evening, Danny.
Yeah, we've not got to your division yet, Danny. Right, I know. But then mostly starting the Barkley and Taylor. Obviously, Barkley in the first is a bit. Yeah, still 2 good running backs, but he's only got 3 of us left.
Yes. I mean, again, I don't hate it. I'm not a big. But Barkley's what 1, 2, 3, 4. Gibbs. I would have Gibbs before Barkley. I guess not too many, and Taylor maybe as well, but it's one of those ones. I'm just so on the fence with Barkley. I can't make my mind up about him at all. But yes, it could be an absolute. In fact, if you look at that, Johnny, do you not recognise that backfield of Barkley and Taylor? I think you'll find that was my show me the money backfield all year last year.
Yeah, the one that didn't win yet. Yeah.
Well, I've got it. I've got that big issue now to keep or not to keep. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
I do. I think.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
a lot
thought.
in there
Yeah.
as well. But we shall see. But yeah, so actually, yeah, I do like the start. I like the back start. You know, I do. It's I like the start there from Nick Tactics as well. What Jefferson, Wilson, and Kincaid.
Kincaid, yeah, that is a good one. Like, but
It's certainly the three #1 targets in their various teams by a country mile. You know,
yeah, so it's a tough one because
one of
it's
them
so
gets
early.
half a
But
point extra.
there's probably 3 or 4 here that I really like. So I can't
Yeah,
pick
I mean,
one.
I
But
don't hate. I don't dislike any of them. And oh, there we
there you
go.
go. It's
Pittman
just
has just been
Pittman.
picked by
I just messaged them with here
Pittman.
3 hours left. So
So get
yeah,
Bartley, Taylor, and Pittman. Bartley, Taylor, and added to that Pittman. And Pittman could be, but again, Pittman. The issue with Pittman is what's Richardson going to be like throwing the ball,
precisely.
and will he stay fit? But this one, I'm interested to see how the double tight ends go from here. That's what I'm taking from this one so far.
Yeah,
And I
I
don't
know it'll be
hate
a
it.
good one to keep an eye on.
And I've got a pick in 2 picks time and might just follow suit because I'm actually quite liking it. But we'll see.
Well, yeah, oh yeah, because you've got your trade, so you've got.
Yeah, I've
Is
got
it 3 picks
307 as
time?
well.
It'll be 3 picks. So
Yeah,
you've got
two and then me.
Sean. So yeah, so obviously only
Two and then me.
near the end of the 3rd round here, but they were the last ones to finish the 1st round, but then they fairly shot through a bit. So hopefully they're on a bit of a roll. Hopefully Chris is still about
Hopefully it'll
time,
pick
but
up.
I've just
Hopefully it'll pick up. Yeah, I mean
I've just tagged him
that's
in this.
what,
So we'll go
around
for
the day is a 3-week draft. Let's not
yeah,
forget that
just
around
take
the
a
day
look.
this draft will be going for 3 weeks.
We'll go there. So we'll go on to
Right, so on to
Division
the
1 in
East
the East
then.
Conference.
On
This is
to the
your
East. So here
defending
come the East
champion.
superstars.
Our
The
defending
superstars
champion
of the
started
East.
with 103. So you started off with Tyreek Hill, Derek Henry, Pittman, DJ Moore, and Lamar Jackson, the 503.
I mean,
That's
Lamar
Danny
in
who won it
5th
last year.
round's not. It's not a disaster. I cannot believe that Caleb Williams has went before Lamar.
I know it was a bit of a shock,
But
but Mahomes.
what can you say? Yeah, it's a good start for Danny there. It's You say defending champ. It's
Mhm.
a nervous draft, I would imagine. You know, it must be difficult coming into the. You know, it's not just like you've not just beat 11 guys last year or 15 guys or however many your league is. You know, you've beaten 95 guys last year, Danny. 95 guys have got a target on your back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I would have let Lamar go past the 5th either. And I know I don't do quarterbacks early, but you know, if he's sitting there on the 5th, I would have pulled the trigger as well, probably.
Well, Jack's gone for the older crew. You've got McCaffrey, Adams, Andrews, Metcalf, and Cup from the 101.
Yeah, I mean, Metcalf's not that old. Let's not forget, Metcalf's still only mid-20s, is he not?
Yes, Aaron, your league's
Yeah,
been
your
done.
league's done, Aaron. We looked at yours. You're doing okay. You're doing well. You're all right. Apart from your last pick, I can't remember who it was now, but your last one was crap. But yeah, Jackson's gone for the old crew as well, a little bit there, Adams and Cup and such. Adams, I just can't be on board with Adams at all. I've got my 17 on, but not for me this year. Who's thrown to him?
Yeah,
The
that is
line
the
in front
problem.
of who's thrown to him's not very good, and yeah, just
Minshew.
the Raiders are
Minshew.
a mess at the moment.
Yeah, I like
Do you know the
Garrett. I
best
like
thing that can happen for everyone who picks up Adams in the 2nd, 3rd round where he's going at the moment? The best thing that could happen to him is get traded.
yeah. Well, that rumor's always going about, but I don't know if anybody will pay a lot for him. So you got. I like Graham's, Jamar Chase, Travis Kelce, Hurts, Kamara, and Nixon, not Nixon. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, getting Hurts in the 3rd, I guess it's.
division, not division.
You had said, yeah, well, we'll see. You shut up.
What, me or him?
Shouldn't you be getting ready to go? I don't know. Go on your holidays. What we got? Do you know? Here's another double tight end, Johnny. Double tight end alert, and I actually love what this. Who's that? SX from Australia. Love that.
Yeah.
That's my favourite start I've seen so far.
There's a good one for Guy.
Jefferson, Williams,
Guy's a
McBride,
good
and
player. He
Ingram.
plays a
I
lot
think
of fantasy football.
do you know, I hadn't even contemplated a double early tight end, but the more I look at these teams, the more I think that double tight end, it might work.
But then you got to think though. Obviously, they're going to be feeding Harrison as much as they can, so that might affect McBride. Ingram will still get targets, but
maybe I agree, Johnny. I agree, but at the same time, I think that Murray has shown. You know, it's not like Murray's a new quarterback. He was injured last year. He was injured at the start last year. But we'll see what Murray can do. He has proved it year after year after year. He is a top quality quarterback. The question is, can he stay fit? Can that line protect him? And if it does, I think there's more than enough to go about for McBride and Harrison, you know, because outside of that, you've kind of got Zay Jones, but then you've got your kind of Wilsons and your Dortchies and nothing else really there, you know.
Thing is, though, Zay Jones always scores points. Kenny will get you points.
Yeah, and he's a long shot as well, isn't he? And you know, Murray can bomb a ball. Murray's got an arm, and Zay Jones is a long ball. You know, he's a 80-yard touchdown guy. That's who he is.
Yes.
So yeah, and we've got double tight end twice here as well. We've got double tight end in 11 as well. We've got Gibbs.
He's got Neighbours,
Laporta, Neighbours, and Kincaid. Laporta and Kincaid. I mean, Neighbours could be brilliant because who else is going to be getting the ball there? Who else is going to be getting the ball in New York? I mean, Neighbours could be
Wanda Robertson will get the ball. Hyatt will get the long ball. Slayton might be getting traded, so I don't mind the Neighbours one because Neighbours will be he'll get as many targets as Waller got last year. They'll try and get him as many targets as they can, as much as they can. And the PPR,
Wandale Robertson needs to be on the pitch to get a catch.
Yeah, so does Hyatt. So does half the Giants team, to be honest. But
exactly,
he'll get the targets. So that's the thing. If he catches them, you're going to get the points.
I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, he could be very, 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 very good. But for me, drafting him in the third round is you're drafting him at his ceiling. He's not going to do it. He's not going to be any better. He's not going to score more than any of the receivers taken in front of him.
And he's not going to be better. He's not going to do better than Evans, Devontae Smith, Cooper Kupp, Nico Collins, Deebo Samuels, even George Pickens could potentially have a good year. So yeah, there's a lot of good receivers picked after him. But when you've got Gibbs, Laporta, and Kincaid, that's a 3 out of 4 cracking start. And obviously, I'm a Giants fan, and Neighbours in the third was a bit.
I mean, it's obviously the first couple of rounds, the first few rounds. The first few rounds, you should be drafting people at their ceiling because you should be drafting the absolute superstars, you know. Neighbours, there is a downside. There's definitely a floor. You know, there is a floor for Neighbours. So you're drafting them at your ceiling there. You know, I'm not a fan of that. Whereas Pickens here, you're picking Pickens up in the 5th round. He's going to be the number one. And I get that. I mean, Russell Wilson's a good quarterback. And if they can get the best out of him, and you know, they've got a history of getting the best out of people in Pittsburgh. You know, Pittsburgh are never terrible. They're not picking him up for nothing, you know. And if he is useless, well, we've seen that Fields can do it as well. So Pickens is going to have a good year. For me, you're drafting Pickens at his floor there in the 5th round. You know, I think he should be going.
Well, they've still got they've got the rookie wide receiver Wilson as well. He's meant to be really good. In fact, I think it's Wilson. Then you got the Pat Fryermuth, and if Justin Field comes in, he'll probably target Pat Fryermuth more because he likes to throw his tight end.
Fryermuth, he'll have about 3
I
good
like
games.
Fryermuth.
Don't get me wrong. I'll plug him into my team for my bench. I won't be totally There will be a team that I have Fryermuth in, but it's a pig in a poke. But most of them are down where he's getting drafted. You know, it's a pig in a poke. He'll have a week or two, but he's not going to be week in, week out. He's proved that.
Probably. Well, Jalen Warren will catch plenty of passes. But yeah, there isn't really much competition for Pickens. So that's why I do have him quite a lot of teams drafted.
Yeah, I mean, I've loved Higginson to come in. I've always thought it was going to be a big thing, and he's kind of disappointed me the first 2 years. So I'm hoping this is the year that he really does kick on.
Yeah, but it's hard to be good when you've got Kenny Pickett throwing the fucking ball.
You can see that these are the kind of you can see that these are the big boys. So these are the ones that won all the divisions last year. Because you can tell by not one single defenders drafted yet. Couple are throwing that double tight end dice. See if that will work. But no one's done anything stupid here. I'm looking at this, and the stupidest thing I can see is Devontae Adams in 212. And if that's the stupidest thing you're ever going to do, then it's not the worst thing in the world, is it?
Sean Boy played me in the first round of the playoffs when I was a number 3 seed or whatever, and the team just went off on one. I just got absolutely fucking scalped. Like, it's just like, yeah, it was just a bad one. Even apologised afterwards. It's quite nice of him that way. But yeah, EK Colts, and then obviously Jack got through too. So it's they're the two from my division. Obviously, Danny won it. He came through now.
Don't apologise.
He's a nice guy, unlike you. You know what I mean?
Listen, you play a game. There's always, but see, when you play a game, there's always going to be a winner and there's always going to be a loser. There is no need for apologies. I'm sorry, but I play to win because I want to win. I don't mind losing. I'm a good loser. I congratulate my opponent, but I would never apologise for winning.
Yeah, well, some people are different, Craig. That's why he's in the first division.
Oh, no, sorry, there is a stupider thing than that in here. Bishy and he's Caleb Williams at 502. Must be a Bears fan. Has to be a Bears fan.
Hold on, I'll tell you.
That's the stupidest thing on this one. But yeah, I think everyone's doing really well here at the moment.
Oh no, Bishy doesn't have a team that he supports next to it, so maybe as a Bears fan, too embarrassed to admit it. Not sure. But yeah, no, there's some nice teams building here, like so.
It'll be interesting to see this next week when we've went through a lot more rounds.
Yes. Yeah, I can't even pick a favourite on this one. No, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think I like them. They're all there at the moment in that one. It's so this is Division 2. So these are the ones chasing the top division or wanting promoted to the top lot. The ones, but the ones in the last league, they just don't want to be relegated. These ones need promotion. So is that trades when it's the arrow in there? Then this is.
Yes, this is the trade.
Did you trade out?
No, I got the 107. I got the 107 and gave away the 2 and 3. But I got the later on. So
you've went McCaffrey and Hall. So you've locked in the back. I mean, honestly,
I was like I say, I was going to go St. Brown, but then he went, and then obviously Roddy picked Mahomes, which is a bit of a strange one. And the way Hall finished last year when he started getting healthy, his points were just fucking crazy. Like he topped me McCaffrey sometimes, so I couldn't knock it back. Our Kenyans were all talking in the podcast a couple of weeks ago that get number one receiver, number one running back. But I always had in my head, if I couldn't get St. Brown, I was going to go McCaffrey and Hall. If he was still there at the 107. I just got the 2 top.
I think it's a great move, Johnny. I really do. I mean, as you say, see, if every single running back stays fit, not one of them gets injured the whole way through the season, they all play out. McCaffrey and Hall are going to be the top 2 scorers. I mean, they're going to get that much. Every other team has, other things going on. But McCaffrey and Hall would be the top 2 scorers for me if everyone stays fit.
Yeah.
So I like what you've done there. I don't hate what you've done there. You've locked in the 1 and 2 running backs. So have you had another pick since then?
I didn't have a pick again until the 4-12. So then I went for CJ Stroud and then I went for Cooper Kupp.
Yeah,
I wanted to lock myself. Well, I wanted a good quarterback. I'd rather have like Jackson. I was waiting for Deebo Samuels or Nico Collins to come to me, but they both got picked before me, and I would have went probably one of them plus Kupp. But I thought, I'm going to go for CJ Stroud because looking at his points last year, he was.
Yeah.
It's only when you got to think it's only 0.3 points for an interception, so it's not going to kill you if he throws a pick. It's -3 points for a pick 6, but it's not a lot for an interception. And he will be airing all about. He's got lots of good targets to throw at, and he will be throwing the ball. And obviously, we both like Cooper Cup, so I couldn't knock him back.
What you say, John? He's got the targets. The Stroud has no excuses.
No, he's got the.
Especially after what he done last year.
So, yeah.
My big problem with Stroud, especially this early, is he had such a good year last year that I just don't see. Again, I just don't see him repeating it. I don't see him being as good as he was last year. Do I think he'll be terrible? Absolutely not. Do I think he'll score well? Absolutely. Do I think he'll be in the top 5 quarterback scorers this year? Not a chance. That's just me. But I don't think he'll be a top 5 scoring quarterback this year. I think he'll win you a lot of games, but I think there's going to be games where he's not doing so much, and kind of Mixon's taking the ball and ran with it a bit. And they've still got the other boy behind Mixon who was decent, Pierce, who was decent when he got his chance, So I mean, I think I love McCaffrey and Hall, and I love your Cup pick at 501. Cup at 501. I feel like you should be putting a mask on to pick that up.
Well, I wanted to put my 412 and put Cup at Stroud at 551 just to make you feel better, but it doesn't make a difference.
I wouldn't, no, because Stroud at 5. Stroud's still the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th quarterback out here, and for me, he's not going to be a top 5 quarterback this year. I think he'll regress a little bit, and I think others will come on.
I'd like to see Burrow come on. I do like.
I still think he'll do very well. I think he'll score well. I just think in the 4th round, I think I would rather roll the dice with. I would rather wait and roll the dice that Aaron Rodgers knocks out the park this year, or Kirk Cousins turns round and says to Penix, "Yeah, you're sitting on the bench a hell all season, pal." Penix, I would rather roll the dice in the 14th round that's going to happen than that Stroud's going to be a top 5 quarterback. I've got to say.
Cool.
Where else we've got Sean in here as well. Sean traded.
Yeah, Sean got a couple of trades too. So he's got Amon-Ra St. Brown, Saquon Barkley, Alvin Kamara.
No, he's not got St. Brown. SBG took St. Brown off him.
No, Sean got him.
No, Sean traded it. It's SJB that's got him. So Sean's got Laporta, Pittman, Smith, Barkley, and Kamara.
Yeah, he's got Barkley, Kamara, Pittman, Smith, and Laporta. My bad. Yeah, so he's got a good base so far for this team.
Well, he's got 5 picks through 4 rounds, so that's always a handy thing. Barkley is the 204's much more around where I like, I'm comfortable taking Barkley. Kamara at the 3-9, I don't think that's early. I think that's right where he should be going. I really do.
Yeah, I think Kamara's going to.
So Sean started positively, I've got to say, but then he's got 5 players to everyone else's 3.
Well,
Fraser taking Mahomes. Fraser taking Mahomes at the 106. That must have been the earliest Pat went.
Yes, that was a bit of a.
I like what he's done since then. Well, I guess Ayuk. There's just too many question marks at the moment for me to be overly keen. He will be a fantastic fantasy receiver next year. He will score a bundle of points. But just where he is right now and what the situation right now, I just can't jump on him and pick him up early just in case.
And Luke, who I traded with, his first pick in the draft, the 2.6, he picked Marvin Harrison. Then he went Travis Kelce, Jalen Waddle, and the 12 and 301, Derek Henry, and Deebo Samuel. So he's got 5 players too. But his first pick in the draft was Marvin Harrison, which I thought was a bit.
But yeah. I mean, it's not for me. Not in a redraft. He's the first pick in the dynasty all day long. But in a redraft, it's his rookie year. Is he going to finish top 10 receiver? Not for me.
Well, it was the ninth wide receiver pick. I like the Kelce one.
Everybody's got tick here, every player's tick, as I say. It's difficult to. I like what Tiger Scott's done here, where he's picked up his 2 receivers and Jefferson and Olave, and I think both will be fantastic. And then he's picked up 2 really good running backs and 2 Walker maybe not so much bell cow, but quite certainly bell cow. But 2 great running backs in White and Walker, and then Zay Flowers in the 5th. I like that start.
I know. I did nearly pull the trigger on Marvin Andrews, but didn't bother. Then he went the next one. Mark Andrews, sorry. Then he went the next pick.
Did you?
I had to go for Cup. I could not pick Cup.
Yeah. Cup in the fifth's an absolute steal. And then the Hurts Brown, the Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown stack. We've seen that. I've seen that quite a few times now. It'll be interesting to see how that goes next year. Paired up with Cook and Taylor as well. I think that's a great start from the 12 spot.
And Stokes going for Chase, Etienne, and your man Adams and Evans. So he's going for the older ones at the back, the last few picks. Rob Warner's going for Lamb, London, Etienne, Collins, and Andrews.
Do you know what the difference here is? If
that's a good one.
Everett's away back to work now, so he's not going to hear it. But see the difference between what Stokes done and what Everett's done. Adams and Evans, same two players, but third and fourth instead, not the 212 and the 301. It's the 38 and the 4-5. So big difference.
Well, he did say at 9 o'clock he was still listening. So
he's still listening. He's still listening. There you go. See, that's the same two players, but it's not. It doesn't look as bad being 308 and 405. I guess it's the same.
Yeah, but the difference is though, Ken. They're both the three. They're not going to be. If he wants them, they're not going to make. That's why I picked Stroud because he's not going to make it back.
Want them, they're not coming back. Yeah, I get it. Absolutely. You're 100%.
When you're at the 1 and you're at the 12, you have to pick it before a run happens and you end up with shit at the end.
You would not have got Stroud if you'd have let him go through there. If you wanted Stroud, you had to take him there. My thing is my point being that I'm not having Stroud there. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be picking. He won't be in any of my redraft teams. Absolutely no way, because I ain't going to be picking him up where he's going. The same as Adams won't be, because I'm not got. Evans won't be.
Well, I would
any of mine. Allen won't be. I won't have Allen. I won't have Mahomes anywhere. They're just going way too early.
Yeah, and there you go. Harrison went 206 in that one. Neighbours went 311. There is one division Dunes is taken, but I think that was in one of the West Conference.
Harrison's the ninth wide receiver off this board. He's always in the top 10 receivers off the board. And that just, to me, in a rookie year, you're rolling a lot of dice on that,
Yeah, it is. And you say, Ken, he might be the best wide receiver in the draft, but he's still a rookie. And a lot of rookies...
The big word there being might as well. Nobody knows what he's going to do in the NFL now. He's going to be fine, but nobody knows what he's going to do in the NFL. We've seen Metcalf do it year in, year out. We've seen Pittman do it. We've seen Olave do it. We've seen London to an extent do it. We've seen these guys do it week in, week out. We've seen Debo, Ayuk, Smith, Moore, Collins, Cup, Flowers. All of them we've seen do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's this one's moving on as well. This one is moving on. You've got, you can't pick one here either yet because you've got two guys with 5 players, So
I know
you're looking at them and thinking, yeah, you're doing better.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. But then you need a bit of luck later on if you pick somebody that ends up falling underneath and you get them as a complete star. Like Puka last year was on the waivers. Remember, Doug spent his whole waiver money on one player.
Yeah, I mean,
it worked. I think he ended up with the Kua and Cup in his team. So a lot of times you could play both when they were both fit. So
I think what Puka done last year might have an influence in where Harrison's going this year.
Yeah. And when Chase was a rookie, I mean, he came out and he couldn't catch anything.
I mean, so did Jefferson. So did Jefferson had a decent. Well, it wasn't that great to be honest. Was it? Lamb done well in his first year. I mean, they do. They can't. I'm not saying that he's going to be. I just don't think he's going to be in the top 10 scoring wide receivers this year.
You've got to find the right one. That's the problem. So that's
where he's been drafted.
We'll go on.
And that's what if you're drafting him there, that's what you expect from him.
Yeah. Okay, well, Craig, your division.
So here we go. As you can see, we are.
What, you're on the clock, Craig? You get to pick. You get to pick live on.
We can well done, Joe, getting Swift in there, so we can do a live pick. So let's see what we're doing so far. So at this moment in time,
So who have you got?
obviously Josh Allen going. The first was out of left field, thus letting Football Fartface pick up Christian McCaffrey at number 2, which then he then traded up with Doug, which and gave Doug an absolute hatful for Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
So not had another pick yet. So, but McCaffrey and Taylor's a decent enough start, but he chucked Doug quite a lot for the 205, in my opinion, and Doug's quite teasing about it. But he's got London. He's went London. He's went Waddle.
And he's got AJ Amaras at Brown, so that's a 3 wide receiver start.
Brown, yeah, so I knew it. Yeah, so he's went the 3 receiver start, which is fine, and it's. I hope Waddle does it for him this year. Does he need to be? Does Waddle need to be better than last year to be a success this year?
Not really, no, because he had good
last year, was he?
Well, he started off well, but then so did the whole offense, and then when they got colder, they also disappeared a bit. So
yeah,
but
I
then
mean,
you just waiting on health to get injured again. That's the thing. So.
But yeah, we'll see. It's as I say, he's going a bit early for me, so he won't be in my teams either. But I can see the draw to him, and his rookie year was great. And you often find, and this is my worry with Stroud as well. You have a sophomore bump, you have a great rookie year, you have a wee sophomore bump. It happens to running backs all the time when they come out and they have this great rookie season, and then they can have a not so good year 2. Then they come back year 3. It happens a lot, and I worry there about the sophomore bump, I really do. But what I've done, so yeah, I've obviously I had the 104, so I went with Jefferson in the 104. I decided this one I was going to take my, get my stud receivers in the door first and foremost, because this year I'm a lot more confident in the middle of the road backs than I was 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, when I liked to always start back. It was always back. That was when it was proper. You had bell cows, and they were bell cows. There isn't such a thing as a bell cow anymore for me, So I'm much more happy going with the middle guys as well, So I thought I'm going to go receiver this time. So I went Jefferson, and when Chase was sitting there at 107, couldn't not. And it's one of those ones. I'm not that comfortable with Chase, I've got to say. I'm not that comfortable with him in my team, because I've taken him this early. He has to be one of the top scorers, And whilst he is an absolute superstar, he's kind of holding out a little bit for his money, and he's wanting paid, and and Burrow was injured last year, and is he going to come back well? And are they going to be able to protect Burrow? Is the line going to be able to protect Burrow this year? So there are question marks there for me. There's a lot more question marks there for me than I would say Tyreek Hill, who's just going to be a monster again at home, and they'll score a lot of points at home. Not so much when you go to a cold place, but at home and in a dome, he's going to score a lot of points.
Well, there you go, Craig. I'll interrupt you for a second. On the dwarfy stayed 3-12 and 4-1. 3-12 was Josh Jacobs, and the 4-01 was CJ Stroud. That was in the dwarfy stayed.
Oh, the one we were just on there.
Yeah, and
good.
What have we got so far?
So that's him into the fourth, but that's him into the fourth round now. Good.
Yep.
So I went Jefferson, Chase, and then 304. Kelsey was still there.
Yeah, that's pretty good in 304.
I had to take a swing for it, and I've been sitting thinking about. I've been thinking about it, and the double tight end maneuver was one that I was loving. That I've been looking at it. I've been enjoying it. But I'm just logging in. I'm just going onto my phone now to have a look, and because this was going to be Pacheco all day long. I was taking Pacheco here. But Kincaid's still sitting there. McBride's still sitting there. I want to take a swing at the double tight end, and then I've not got a pick in the fourth round. So then I'm waiting on the fifth round for running backs, and then it needs to be running back.
There's one division left after this, Everett. Just you're asking.
Oh no, I'm going to be a big chicken shit.
You're going to go Pacheco.
I'm going to be a big chicken shit. Live draft.
No. Live pick, and obviously next up
So,
is football fart face. You want to tag him?
Football fart face. You're on the clock.
You're going to go tag him down then.
So yeah, so there we go. So I've went Pacheco there. I'm worried about the backs that I would have waiting for 5 and 6. I've got to say, so that's what put me off going Kincaid there. Otherwise, I would have went Kincaid, but I've went that way instead. So yeah, so there we go. So I've now got my first 4 players though, which is always good to get your first 4 players in here.
Haldane only got 2.
He had to wait
Williams and Etienne. Yeah.
Haldane had to wait until Tuesday at midday to get his first pick, and then he only went and picked the man I was praying got back to me at 3:04. So that didn't please me much, I've got to say. But then he picked up, Etienne with his second one, obviously the one that I traded with him. So see, for someone who's not had a first round pick, and to date has only had 2 picks.
2 picks, yeah.
I think he started very well with 2 solid running backs. And I'll be interested to see where he goes when he gets to the 8th and 9th, and he's got his double 8, double 9. Be very interested to see what he does there. Yeah. But I do think as the trade is gone, obviously it looks better for me at the moment because I've picked up Chase and I've picked up Pacheco. Oh shit! I've taken Pacheco and I've got Kelsey. Oh, that's a boo-boo.
Are you going to be the third fuck up in the draft?
No, I've done it, Johnny. That's on me. I've got to live with that.
Too late now. Football Fireplace has picked Nico Collins.
Nico Collins.
Joe Hodgson's on the clock. Which is just tagged him, which is good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not happy that I just did that. I think I've made a fuck up there. So no, I prefer I like what Haldane's done with the start for the fact that he's traded out. I think he's done 2 very good picks here. You know, here Harrison's going at 210, which is always handy, and you can see James in the back. He's only had 2, and he's paired up Hudson Brown, so that's a pairing we've seen quite a lot. And as I say, Sam Ram, Gibson Barkley, I think's a good start there. I mean, everyone's
both in the same bye week as well, so you're going to fund that one. You want to play them on week 5.
Yeah. I'm hoping I've got week 5 as well. At least it's early. Gets out of the way. Yeah, do you know, it's something that I never look at. And should you really look at the bye weeks and make sure? Obviously, if I've got a quarterback and I'm picking up a second quarterback, I'll make sure I'm not bye weeking it. But with the rest of them, it's I don't look at that. Maybe I should.
Oh, Doug has Sam in week 5. So it's the Darlington Rams against the top head Niners. Remember, I did all the fixtures. I did send a link to everybody. So the one I'm looking forward to in your division is what is it? You play Doug.
Play him.
I can remember that. So
yeah, we're nowhere in. Probably look for that. We're nowhere in our draft anyway. We're hoping to pick up. You know, I think this one will pick up pace. So I think we'll get going. We'll get.
Play Doug in week 8.
Get moving.
You play Doug in week 8. So that'll be good. It has moved a bit, and obviously Joe's just come online, so maybe he'll pick right away. That'll be on the map.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. That's him, man. And then Matty Leo's always about. He's never far away.
Yeah.
And then Sam's never far away. Yeah. So yeah. So here we go. And Ayuk. So that's Robinson, Laporta, Ayuk, 1-1-1. You know, it's a nice even start, and making sure he's got a stud on it in every position, which is
that's a nice start.
Thing to do.
And it's also one of my favourite team names as well. The Skelmersdale Hot Dogs. It's such a cool team name. Yeah, no.
But yeah, this one's not even started yet, Johnny. Let's say we'll have a better look at this one next time round. Let's move on to the last one.
The final division, Millhead, which took a while to get going, but because I would say that's a
the
104 was an auto pick because he wasn't feeling well, but he has been on ball for picking his last 2 picks. It was just the first one was a bit of a wait. So this is when we've got a lot. We've got a few ones we remember and reckon. Obviously, Johnny's been on holiday, so every time he's been getting his picks because there's no Wi-Fi. Juicy Wren from Kirkwall. He's got Chase, Wilson, and Waddle. Gary, who usually picks Mahomes, but he's got to go for Bijan Robinson, Harrison 207, and Brand Ayuk 306. You know he's going to pick a 49er at some point. Then you got Pez from Bristol, London, and Kelsey. So, and Stephen from the west coast of Scotland and the Islands has got Amon-Ra Brown, AJ Brown, and McBride, which is quite a nice start as well.
Yeah, I don't hate that start.
4 quarterbacks first 2 rounds. So yeah, so people went one. The Porter went 110. Jefferson 19. So Alan went 2-1. Yeah, so Jefferson went 109.
That's Gary would have been rubbing his hands in glee with that one, I'm sure. But then he's picked up Jackson 2-4. I can, it's if you want him, I guess. But yeah, Gary here, he's went Ayuk. I will laugh my nuts off if he gets traded now, I have to say. I'll laugh if he gets traded. But then it's Harrison top 10 again, it's not for me.
No, I don't trust it. He might surprise us, but I just don't.
None of them are sticking out to me. None of them are jumping out to be overly out there and dip it. Then there's only been, some of them have only had 2 picks. So again, you can't really say much about anything. I like what Gaming Teacher. I like his St. Brown, and McBride. I don't hate what anyone's done. Obviously Flinny's been stuck with Mahomes at the 104, which is harsh, but he's managed to pick up Barkley 209, which he's got to love. And
you're going to have to have Pez up on a Monday. Yeah, he's Hall, London, and Kelsey.
Hall, London, Kelsey. No Walker. I'm assuming he's hoping Walker gets back to 406.
Well, I was about to say Walker does seem to be going in the 4th round quite a lot, Bez, so I would probably pick him up in the 406 if you can, because he seems to be our 4th round running back. So.
I'm not liking where Drake London's going either this year, and again, he's one of those players where I'm sure he is a good player. I don't dislike him as a football player. I think he's a very good wide receiver. But there's just so many question marks over the team that I just can't get on board with drafting him in the 2nd round. I can't.
No, a fair point. I probably would have taken Wilson over London as well, to be honest.
Yeah, me too. I would probably take Harrison over London, to be honest with you. I would certainly have Olave over London. I would have Pittman over London.
Bloody hell, Neighbours went 212
London. But yeah, so this one's not moved along much either. So we'll study this one in more detail next week when it should be, kind of 10, 12, 14 rounds through, hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah. But no, that's been a bit of a run through. So
there we are, Johnny. Everyone's going. We're up and running for the 2024 season is officially live.
It is indeed. And like I say, we'll do an update on. Do you want to do next Wednesday again?
Yeah, we can do next Wednesday. It says, I say, I've got my tennis 4 till 5:30, but then it's reasonable.
Or we can do Tuesday night if you can do Tuesday night. But Wednesday's a good one, so we'll stick with that. And there'll be the Peasant Folk show on Monday. So,
and we'll have a look through we'll skip through the early rounds next week because we've already done them, and we'll just get into kind of from round 4, 5 onwards and see what's what.
Yeah. That's it. And well done, everybody who started the draft so far. Some better than others. Well,
yes, I hope you're all looking forward to the score.
Just mind on, if you tag them in sleeper and they don't get back even halfway through, everybody's got a group chat for their own divisions. The description at the top of the group chat has everybody's sleeper name, league name, and name. So you can't just tag them in the group chat too, because they're probably more likely to get a message on WhatsApp than they will on sleeper. Well, especially mine, because I've got loads of things going through mine. So unless I get tagged, I can
My notifications on sleeper are off. I can assure you, I do not have my notifications on. So yes, it's
I go in
every 5 minutes.
Yeah, Oh, you can imagine
That's a
mine
good
goes off
idea,
quite a
Johnny.
lot. So,
Ping on the
what?
WhatsApp group as opposed to Sleeper, and you know, because
Yeah.
people are on the, you know, WhatsApp's part of your phone. You're more likely to get a buzz on your phone from WhatsApp than you are from Sleeper. So yeah, buzz on the
Yeah.
WhatsApp group.
Because like not everybody's in the OrkneyBowl chat because there was too much going on, but they're all in their divisions. So you can easily WhatsApp them
In
in
the
their
divisional
divisions.
one,
They're
yeah.
all
So
set.
just tag your divisional one.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And that. Okay,
Excellent.
stuff. Well, good luck everybody, and we'll see you next
I
week.
hope you enjoy your draft.